smile after the event, but I presume James Constable isn't going to be on your Christmas card list this year.
No, he isn't. No, but I mean, look, I'm not. The last few weeks have been quite difficult. We had a great week last week with a good point and then a good away win. This time we've had a couple of goals go against us in a small period of time. One of which could have been avoided, and one of which should have been dealt with a yellow card. But you know that's it. The last thing I want to do is sit here and sound like a victim. That's how football is. Sometimes things go for you. Sometimes your players are the ones that are on the end of getting penalties, and sometimes they're not. And at this moment in time, you know, we've had a nice bit of a smile last week, and now it's a bit disappointing again. But there's only one way to come through things like that, and that is not blame anybody else. Just do what you can and get on with it. I'm sick of talking about referees. I'm sick of talking about injuries. But at the end of it, that we are where we are, and you know, we're all accountable for getting results. Whether we've got youth team players or first team players, we just get on with it.
You don't want to talk about it then? Injuries?
Yeah, well, I have to. Of course, yeah.
We have to work out who's going to be available. So,
yeah.
How are things looking with not the long-term absentees we know are going to be a while yet, but the likes of Widdowson and Hackett and maybe even Rod?
Well, they're touch and go at the moment. I mean, Joe's problem is a neural one, and we're hoping to get that resolved today, or certainly by the weekend. And Chris Hackett was definitely a precaution. I didn't want him flying back at his old club and doing something longer term. You know, that's the conundrum for me at the moment, is that, and has really been since pre-season, that I want to push the players to be as physically fit as they can be, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I avoid injury, because I know once the Saturday Tuesday start, then that becomes the real, you know, the real endurance test, if you like. So what we don't need is any more, and what we do need is to get people back. So we're sort of cajoling. You know, you've had Paul in, you've spoken to Paul. Paul's played 2 games now in 2 months and done very, very well. And I've got to make sure that he stays fit for all those games. So in terms of my experience and my career so far, this is by far my biggest plate spinning experience, I have to say. But it's one that we will come out of, and we will come out stronger for it.